What's up guys, welcome to RTV, that is real-time video. I just want to start this up. This is episode 1 and what I want to do is just record a video, no editing, and then get it out and hopefully it has some useful content. So I'm just going to log on to my Facebook page here. I'm going to answer a question that someone sends to me. I've been getting a lot of questions, so I do apologise. I'm usually quite good getting back. I'm struggling to get back to everyone at the moment, but I'm working on it, and it's great to get the questions and it's great to be able to answer them and provide good content. So this question, I have to scroll back for it, but I've been meaning to answer it because I totally understand where he's coming from. Obviously not going to say who this guy is, so I'll just read it out. So, well, Cormac, what is the crack? Firstly, congrats on the weight loss to date, and the channel's looking really good, so thanks a million. You know who you are. Thanks a million. Quick one for you, as you know, I'm a big boy also, so this guy is a little bit overweight. I wouldn't say he's that big. Also, and I love the gargle, so like most Irish people, I love the gargle, which I'm taking breaks from now, so that's a good start. You're being conscious of it, you're taking a few breaks, that's great. I do the same. I've currently been off it almost 6 weeks. I don't think it really helps. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a couple of drinks. I don't think binge drinking is very good. Train regularly enough, but probably not the most efficient in terms of training. I watched your videos, but don't see a lot of the exercises you're doing. So just a quick little note on that. Obviously the gym I'm in is an extremely busy gym, so I do find it hard to get footage in there. Another thing is I train by myself, so it's very hard to capture footage of yourself. Just make sure this is on because I'm talking a lot. So anyway, I train by myself, so it's hard to get the footage by yourself. So there are two things, so I do apologise. Sometimes I like to go late so I can get some footage, but I usually get my footage when I'm training with other people. So if you ever want to train with me, then hit me up, because I love to train with people and just have the crack, and it's nice to have someone to do a little bit of camera work. I watched your videos, but I don't see a lot of exercise you're doing. I'm probably doing too many beach weights and not getting any results, so I am intrigued to see what exactly you do over a week to benchmark against mine. There's no rush on it, as I know you're busy. It'd be great to see. The diet is fairly clean, but I'm partial to eating some shit also. Aiming to hit the 1500-1600 calorie mark daily now, which would help speed up the cut. So I'm not going to touch on the nutrition. I'm no expert in any of this, but I obviously have good experience in it, and I'm obviously doing it well at the moment. So that's the disclaimer out of the way. Obviously I'm not a trainer. Consult a qualified trainer, nutritionist, etc. before you begin any program or diet. So first thing I want to touch on before we get into what exercises I'm doing, just a few principles about training in general. The ones that I adhere to and ones that I think would help you. I'm on my lunch break here, so I'm just munching on a few blueberries. I got a protein bar and a nice big coffee. So I wrote this down, okay? I want to have a bit of structure. So the first thing I said is a disclaimer, that's done. Second thing is intensity. How hard you train I think is going to affect what type of results you get, okay? So when I'm in the gym, I'm there to put the work in. And I see what he means by the beach weights. You might be flimsying around, doing a few curls or whatever, but when I go in, I always base it around the big lifts, which I'll get into later. I've done my top 5 to 6 lifts in each kind of muscle group or kind of push-pull, okay? But I go in there and I put in work. Now, my style of training, I like to train low reps. I like to train for strength. I have no real reason for this, it's just the way I like to train, and I would advise, if you're out there training and you don't have a trainer who's telling you what to do, to train kind of whatever works for you, but that gets you into the gym. You just got to get in there and put the work in, okay? So I would kind of mix up, I do a bit of strength with a bit of hypertrophy. So he says too many beach weights, so what I would do is focus on compound movements. So movements that's going to get your whole body engaged and it's going to burn more calories, okay? So you're recovering as you come home from the gym. If I go into the gym and do 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 on deadlifts, and my face is red and I'm like putting in real hard work to get up 4 reps, to get up 6 reps, that means my body is working overdrive, and when I go home I'm so hungry and my body is recovering and I'm shocking the body because I'm going in there and I'm training hard, okay? So that's the first step, is intensity. Go in there, go ham, hard as a mofo, and put the work in, get a good sweat going on, okay? Regardless of what way you're training. So it's important that it's intense whatever you're doing and you're burning calories, because at the end of the day, this guy's trying to lose fat. So you're in there to burn calories, to burn fat, okay? And you want to get your metabolism up, so when you come home from the gym, you're recovering and you're still burning through fat. Whereas if you go in there and you're just throwing around a few bicep curls, you're going on the treadmill and stuff, that's not going to do it for you, okay? So train hard. Second thing obviously is consistency. You just got to get in. Even there's a guy down around at the moment, he trains just 3 times a week, every week for years, and he's in amazing shape. He says, I always go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever day it was. So just be consistent. I'm the same. I'll try and get at least 4 days in, so I'll push, pull. Sometimes I don't. If I don't get 4 days in, I'll go get a chest, back and legs. So I'm hitting the 3 big muscle groups, and I'm getting the 3 big lifts. I always make sure I get my squats done, I get my bench done, and I get my deadlifts done, because they're 3 big exercises that you should be focusing on, okay? What else do we have? Okay, so I have number 4 here as to, a bit of variance. So when you're going into the gym, it's important to have a program and to make progression, but I also think it's important not just to do the same thing every time for weeks on end. So, for example, when I was in True Fitness in Nace, we had the program that they gave me was like different phases or different weeks. So they would give me one program, you do it for 6 weeks, then you kind of make your progress there, you get your lifts up, whatever it is, and then you go on to the next phase, which is slightly harder. Okay, so you should always be challenging yourself and always mixing it up. That's probably one thing I'm guilty of. That's why I've been considering possibly getting a trainer, or maybe just starting a program. I have a powerlifting program here I'm thinking of starting doing. But guys, at the moment I am fairly repetitive at what I do, okay? So obviously varied up. Next point I just want to touch on before I get into the exercise is progression. You need to make progress, okay? Now, this is tough in terms of fat loss, so you're on a caloric deficit, so it's going to be hard to be increasing your strength because you need a caloric surplus. Some people are able to do that. I seem to be doing this kind of, but even if it's progress in terms of, right, I'll do 12 reps instead of 10 reps, or I'll do 100 kilo instead of 90 kilo, or I'll complete this circuit in 2.5 minutes instead of 3 minutes. So whether it's performance, weights, repetitions, etc., try and make progress. So it's vital that you keep a training diary. This is my training diary, and you'll see it's pretty much full all the way. So start on February 7th and it goes up until today pretty much, so July 6th, okay? So keep a diary so you know what you're lifting week in, week out, and you know what progress you need to make. Even with circuits, if I did a circuit back in February and I go, right, I'm going to do that same circuit today, I did it in 2 minutes 30 seconds, let's see if I can do better, okay? So it's cool for yourself as well, okay? And now on to to answer the actual question, but I couldn't answer the question without covering those little fundamentals, is what exercises are you doing, okay? So I've gone through, like I said, I don't really have a program written in stone, but I do the same type of workout every week, and I always try and increase my lift. So, I kind of do have a program, but I don't have a program. Anyway. So what I do for the back almost every week is I start with a deadlift. I always do the deadlift. I love deadlifts. They're really taxing on the body, really challenging. I think you get great gains from them. And there's loads of variations. I usually do the standard deadlift. It's my favorite way to do it. You can also do sumo. I'm not as good at the sumo. You might prefer sumo, you might prefer standard. I think it's suited to different heights for people. I think smaller people are better at sumo and stuff, but whatever works for you. I find the sumo hits your thighs a bit more inside. So you can start with your deadlift. There's also a Romanian deadlift, so that overlaps in, I'm going back, chest, legs here, okay? And so push, pull, legs. So you have your standard deadlift, sumo deadlift, Romanian deadlift. You could do 5x5, that's a common one that seems to work. You could do, 4x8. My sister is big into the weights at the moment. She went into a very good trainer down in Nace, aka Fitness is his Facebook page. And I had her doing, or I didn't have her doing, but I was doing 12 to 2. That's kind of what I do sometimes. I don't always do it. Sometimes I'll do like 3 3s or 4 4s or 5 5s, but I always go low enough. But he was saying, and it was the same in True Fitness and Nace, they were saying not to, don't be putting up the weight every time going down in reps. Just try and get 5x5 on 140 kilo. And when you can do that, go up to 5x5 on 150 kilo or whatever it is. So maybe that's probably the best advice to take there. To do 4 sets of 8, 5 sets of 5, 3 sets of 10, whatever it is, on the same weight. When you can do it easily, move up in weight. But just make sure it's taxing, make sure it's tough. You want to be going I would imagine 80 to 90% of your max. You want to know you're putting in work, okay? Conscious of time here. I am on my lunch break and it's 12:30. So I'm going to eat not this one. I'm gonna treat myself to a little peanut butter one. This is a good setup I have. I know this is a bit crazy, but we have the little Fulfill shop over here. I got a little connection there and he's hooked me up. So thank you, you know who you are too, and thanks Fulfill for making these beautiful bars. So on to the next exercise that I always seem to do. So because you have a barbell and you're in the gym, I find it easy, instead of going from machine to machine, I do my deadlifts, that's my main exercise. I go really hard and then I go into shrugs. I love doing shrugs. It's great for your kind of trap muscles here and then also your back, because you're just keeping you're just shrugging up, okay? And also grip strength is good as well, okay? So I do shrugs and I usually do 3 sets of like 10 to 12 reps, or maybe 3 sets of 15 reps, because you need a lot of weight and I find your technique gets really shitty if you go too heavy. Sorry I'm eating, but I have to do it, right? Then obviously after the shrugs, you're still on the barbell, so you have the barbell. You go into barbell rows. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. I always just deadlift it up just for the technique, make sure my back is straight, so deadlift it up. And then when your body is parallel with the floor, start rowing, okay? Sorry, I'm not going to eat anymore, it's too awkward, okay? I usually go underhand grip on the barbell rows. So obviously wherever you grip it is going to affect where you're making gains or what muscles are working, okay? So I like to go underhand. It really gets the biceps engaged and it really gets here. And obviously you're just focused on using you're not really supposed to use your biceps, but naturally a pulling movement you're going to use them. So just focus on pulling it into you. Probably around here I usually pull it to, okay? Now you can go wide. I don't really like doing the wide because after my barbell rows, I usually go into a wide grip pull-up. Pull-ups are great for your lats on the side, your wing muscles, and even if you can't do them, if you're a big boy like this guy says, one thing I never used to do over the years was use the bands, but when I trained in True Fitness and NACE, they were big advocates of using the bands. You just get someone to pull the band down, you put your foot into the band and the band assists you up so you can do proper range of motion. And it's cool because you can make progress through the band. So if you start on an orange band, you might try to go to a red band, to a green band. Eventually I'm working up to having no bands, which is going to be great. So that's pretty much the bulk of the back exercises that I like. Now I'm sure there's loads of other stuff you could throw in there, but that's what's been working for me. I feel like as my fat goes down, you will see that I have a muscular back and that these exercises are working. So give those a shot. Okay, so this is mainly for this guy. I want this guy to watch this video. I want to answer his question in great detail. Okay, so far I have 6 exercises down here. So deadlift, and there's 3 variations there. So you can mix it up if you want. Maybe do 6 weeks standard, 6 weeks sumo, 6 weeks Romanian, or maybe throw the Romanian in with the legs. Romanian is basically stiff-legged deadlift. Then we have barbell shrugs, we have barbell rows, we have pull-ups, and then we finish off with a bit of, as he said, beach exercises. So you're doing your hammer curls or you're doing your bicep curls, okay? Now, I don't really believe that you should be training arms if you're trying to lose the weight. I just like training them. My biceps are very flat, so I just like training them. I just throw it in. I think the bulk of the work is done with the deadlifts and the rest of the back exercise. I like to throw them in at the end, okay? Not saying they're absolutely necessary, okay? Move on to the chest. So chest is not my best. A lot of people like to train chest. I would advise you balance the chest out with the back and your legs, okay? So don't overdo it. First, obviously, exercise I'm going to go with here is the bench press. King of all push exercises. And you can go lower or upper, so flat or upper or decline, so they all target. A lot of people tend to just go flat, flat, flat. Be careful, it will overdevelop your chest. What I do is I start with a flat bench press because it's just easier. They're looking for an incline bench and I find them very, very awkward, but it's easier to do incline chest press with dumbbells. So I start with bench press and then I go with the barbell and then I go incline chest press with the dumbbells, okay? With the bench, it's similar enough for me to the deadlifts. I usually like to work up to a heavy set. So I'll do, say, 12 by 60, 10 by 70, 8 by 80 maybe. Yeah, 6 by 9. Not those weights, but I'll work down in a pyramid. Or some days, if I'm tired and I just want to get in, I'll do 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 12. Okay, but the importance here is get on the bench. The bench is the best for chest development in my opinion, okay? And then move on to your dumbbells. I like the dumbbells, it's a more natural movement. and then I go obviously on the incline and I rep out probably 4 sets of 8 sometimes, or maybe if I'm going light 3 sets of 10 to 12. Okay, so again, putting in the work, keeping it intense, etc. Another great one is press ups. Very basic, you can do these at home, but it's cool to do them in the gym. I like to do them for a warm-up and a finisher. So maybe test yourself, see how many you can get, but it's a great exercise and it's working your chest and your arms and whatnot. Let's just check the... Oh my god, 15 minutes. I can't believe that. I better keep going, right? These are supposed to be short videos. So, cable flies is great. Somebody I was talking to recently, Aiden in work, was saying to avoid the dumbbells and use the cables. They're better for your doing the flies, okay? And it kind of makes sense, more of a natural movement, okay? Then obviously when I do my chest, I like to throw in my shoulders. So my favorite exercise would be the military or overhead press. So you just have the barbell, you can do it seated or you can stand up, and it's just a barbell. And my friend Tom in the gym, the last day I was going to say, keep your elbows below your wrists and you throw it up here and you're just pushing straight up over your head, okay? And your elbows stay below your wrists, okay? So that's the overhead press. You can do that with dumbbells either. You can, okay, so I won't go into too much detail. Another one I love is the side lateral raise. So just with the dumbbells, you see a lot of people doing this. Everyone knows this one. It's great for the side of the shoulder. That's a great one. And then I always finish my push days, so my chest days, with a bit of triceps. So I like the tricep rope extensions. You probably know those. If you're in a gym, you'll see a lot of people doing those. And I like, if you stick on the bench, to go narrow grip bench, like literally close to your body. You can go over or under. Under even isolates it more, and it isolates the lower head of the tricep here, okay? So just in summary, chest day or push day is going to be a bench press, a dumbbell press, incline or flat, rotate that up. Then you're going to throw in some press ups maybe for a warm up or a finisher. Cable flies, high reps. Military press, again, I'd probably go 4 to 6 to 8. If you want to do it, you can go 3 by 10 to 12, whatever. Side lateral raises, row push downs, and close grip bench press. That's pretty much what I've been doing for my chest, okay, and it's working quite well. Lastly, and we'll fly through this because I have to upload this video, is legs, which would be squats, hip thrusters, lunges, Romanian deadlifts, farmer's walk, and then some metcons, okay? So with the legs, the squat is just one of the best exercises in the world. I haven't been doing them enough lately because I'm playing a lot of golf, etc. But this video is not about me, it's about helping you guys. So squats, do as much as you can. You can go high bar, low bar, front squat, back squat, box squat. So many different types of squats. So just squat, goblin squat, I think Zercher squat is another one, but look it up. I mean, all these exercises, just write them down if you want and just go onto YouTube. I don't have the time to do a proper video on this at the moment, but I have loads of time to do it in the future, so there will be better videos than this, okay? Hip thruster is great for the bum. I call it like I better not curse. I won't even say what I call it, but it looks quite funny when you're doing it, okay? Because you have a bar across your waist and you're just popping your hips up, okay? Lunges, these are all, just good movements to be doing anyway, because you don't want to be sitting down all day or just standing on your feet all day. Romanian deadlift, which basically is stiff-legged deadlift, so you're pushing your knees back and your bum out and you're keeping your chest up, and it's really for the hammies and the bum, that one as well. The farmer's walk, you're just holding your weights, and I like to do a little circuit. So what I'll do is I'll do 3 heavy leg exercises. I'll do my squat, which is the main thing. Then I'll do hip thrusters, and then I'll do either front squats or I'll do Romanian deadlifts or step ups. They're the 3 things I kind of mix in there, okay? Then I go over, I get the heaviest dumbbells I can get that I can walk with. I'll do 4 lengths at the gym, so it's good for your grip and cardio and your legs. And then as soon as I drop the weights, I'll go into a walk-in lunge. So keep my back up as straight as possible and dropping the back leg and doing a lunge down and lunge back. Leave it at that, guys. Remember, believe in yourself. I had other things to talk about. I wanted to give you an update on the video I got recorded. I'll do another video on that during the week. I also wanted to give an update on the days. I know I started the vlog on the 1st of May, but I'm going to just change it to when I actually started in the gym, so it makes more sense when you're following day 46, X amount of weight loss, etc, etc. I got to get back to work. I will see you guys later. Thanks for all the support, likes, comments, shares. It means a lot to me, and I'm living my dream. So take it easy. Boom.